the character of my film it's specific with him. Is someone who works a lot, who works all the time. He's a workaholic, we say, and he never stops. And because of that, it's not something I wanted to film. I mean, in advance, I didn't know. I had not planned to film someone who is so speed, but because of the fact that my inspiration leads me to this story, I filmed someone who goes very fast, and I realized that the fact that he was talking a lot, speed, and doing many things at the same time, like using his mobile phones, closing a door, using a computer, talking at two persons at the same time, so filming that, I realized how interesting it was, because it changed his way. It changed his way of talking, and it changed the way of playing as an actor, actually. And I thought it made me conscious of the importance of rhythm in playing for actors. It changes everything. Doesn't mean that you have. It's not like I think now they have to play fast all the time, but it just made me aware of this notion of the rhythm. It's everything.
One of the things that I think is characteristic of both of your films is that there are moments at which other filmmakers would place an accent, or they would make it very dramatic. For example, someone's death. And in your films, that moment comes and goes so quickly. I mean, it's there and it's gone. And instead, there are other moments that filmmakers would normally not find, not place an accent or souligner. And instead in your films, they get much more emphasis. And I don't know if that has to do with not being too hung up on technical aspects, or if it, in my mind, it probably has more to do with the fact that you're very much more focused on story and kind of the
that has to do, actually there is a common thing between these two aspects, it's true, because that has to do with a préoccupation, a worry that is mine, something that's very important to me, is to avoid what I call in French affectation, but I don't know. Affectation. It's a very important word for me. Affectation, is it the same? What? It's something I really hate in films, or at least that's something that I really want to avoid, is affectation, like people, like actors who want to show how sad they are, you know, like le fait d'en rajouter, to dramatize everything. And in life it's not like this, and what I really want to do with my film, and it's, in a way it's the only thing that I try to do, is to give a feeling of life, of truth, but not meaning the truth with a big T, I mean just truth, like the truth of the everyday life. That's the one thing I try to transmit, and I'm just happy if people go out of my film and say it looks, they had a feeling of life. That's the only thing that I really want to do with my film, and that's why I try. That has to do also with the use of music or things like that. And I always, what I hate is when ça fait cinéma.
When it looks as if it were made for a movie.
I mean, it's really something. I mean, it's strange because lots of filmmakers, that's what they want. They want to make travelings and put music here and a lot of makeup, and then the actors have to look great and things like that. Because I don't know why, but what they are looking for by making films, if they want the effect that they want to, the impact that they want to have on the audience, is that they have the feeling of being in front of a scene of a film. I think you can make so more interesting and subtle and deeper things in the use of music than just, I think the way it's used in most of the film is just here to decorate. It's decoration, I think. And that's really something I don't want to do, because I would like that my film gives a feeling of real life, and not of cinema. So for me, the use of the choices of the songs, they have to do with music in my life, and not with trying to hide the music by using it. One advice that I would give is not to give too much importance to the technique. I think the only important thing is the meaning, what you want to do, what you want to tell, but never be afraid of how am I going to do, will I be able to do it if I don't know all the techniques and how to use a camera, or how to shoot a scene or things like that, because it all comes from the meaning itself in a very natural way, actually. But you realize this progressively. The filmmakers who inspired me, there are so many of them, so it's going to be long. Okay, the French ones first, okay? Bresson, Doyon, Godard, Truffaut, Philippe Garrel, very important to me. And then later, Téchiné, Assayas, Claire Denis. I think that's the one in France. Jean Renoir. Yes, I think these are the most important for me in France. But then I have, the filmmakers whose work I really love who are really important to me. They are Visconti, Bergman, Nanni Moretti, and Ozu. And in the US, Michael Mann, James Gray. Some films, not all of them, but some films of Tarantino, some films of Scorsese, and now more recent films, okay? Kaylee Reichardt, Wendy and Lucy, that's a film that I really love.